Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel, my aim is to give game to anyone that's willing to listen, anyone curious on the topics. I have success in my career, investing, business, people, dating, and I also have failures in all the departments above and more. I've taken time to reflect on things that make it successful, make it failure, and now I'm here to put my insights into videos on the internet for someone else to benefit from. With that being said, I would like to go into the topic of today's video, which is simply act with urgency. I feel like that is the most appropriate title for my first video because acting with urgency is the first hurdle that everyone has to overcome. The lack of urgency is the reason for people having great ideas and never acting on it because they think they have another year, another 2 years, 3 years to do it. When in reality, that's not the case. No one's waiting for you to do this. This idea isn't waiting. And by the time you have the idea and sit on it and then go to do it, someone's already doing it. Not even somebody, 10 more people, 100 more people, 1,000 more people. And your space to establish yourself where you desired to has now been reduced. I'm 26 years old. I've always thought of many ideas from the time I was 20, 19, 18. However you'd want to name it, 18 and above, maybe even younger. However, there was always an element of, I have time, I'm young. I have time, I'm young. I have time, I'm young. Which is true, you do have time. But I think that time should be spent doing action and failing at the action to then find the success. Because when you do start that action, there's no way to tell that if you're going to be successful or not until you do it. And most times than not, when you take that risk to leap into something, you will begin by failing. And that's how you find your feet. Now, as I said, I'm 26. And this idea has become ever more apparent in my life as I don't have 10 years to wait. In 10 years' time, I'll probably have children, a wife that will be depending on me, or maybe not depending on me, but I will have people that I am responsible for in 10 years, and I won't be able to take those risks. I won't be able to take the time to do X, Y, and Z that I have the idea of. Hence why I am acting with urgency. I had the idea to come on this YouTube channel. I saw someone doing this. I liked their content and I thought of it and I thought I could do that. Shout out to them. I'm sure I'll probably name drop them in a later video. But something I heard along the way in the last few months that I believe I heard this, and it changed my life, I think. Michael Jackson was being interviewed, and the interviewer said something to the effect of, why don't you relax? Why don't you take a vacation? Just take a break. You deserve it. You've earned it. And Michael Jackson said, if I'm not there to receive these ideas, God will give them to Prince. Now, to me, that's crazy. Michael Jackson is an icon. Michael Jackson is Michael Jackson. And still he knew he had to act with urgency, otherwise someone else would do it. Someone else will jump onto that idea before you. Now, don't get me wrong. The ideas that you and I may have may not be absolutely unique ideas. But when you get the idea, you should act on it before things get saturated. Before you then talk yourself out of the idea. And use me as an example. I'm practicing what I preach. When I got the idea of doing this, I went out and I bought a mic. I got the software that I needed. So forth. Now, it is a difficult thing to say, I'm gonna do this right now. God knows what your idea is, how big or small it may be. However, my advice to you, no matter what the idea is, the idea could be to get a new job that you're not qualified in the field yet. The idea might be to start a business. The idea might be to travel, or it could be anything. How you implement urgency is by getting the ball rolling. You do not have to wake up today, have the idea, and be launching the idea and be at step 100 by the night time. However, what you do need to be doing is making sure that ball is rolling. Whether the ball is rolling from the top of the hill or the middle of the hill, or if it's even reached the bottom of the hill, it doesn't matter to me. It just needs to be rolling. Everyone loves ChatGPT. If you have an idea, why don't you just put it into ChatGPT to be able to create a plan on how you can go from where you are now to what the destination is with this idea. And just know what your plan is. That's getting the ball rolling. That's the minimum. Get the ball rolling. For example, with myself, me getting the ball rolling was me seeing a channel that I liked. And I said, I like that sort of content. And I saved it. Then the second step of the ball rolling was me going down to Curry's and buying a mic. Then getting a USB adapter, USB-C to USB-A adapter, so I can plug in this mic to my laptop. Then me getting the software that I can edit the videos on. Then me gaming. And do you understand? It can be such small steps, but it's all about building up this ball of snow from the top of the mountain and allowing it to roll and pick up slightly more snow each time, until you then get to the bottom and you've got a huge boulder of snow that's going to wipe out anything that's in front of it. You don't get there from day one, but you get there with the small pieces of snow. And I hope that analogy makes sense. But the essence of what I'm trying to get at here is, please act with some urgency. Don't wait for people to do things. Don't put yourself off of it for months and months and months on end, years on end. Do it. Time is not waiting for you. And you don't want to end up in the situation where you look back at it and live with regret of not doing it, because you could have. Just do it.